Hello viewers, welcome to ICSC Board Class 10 Biology episode 3.1.7. In the previous episode we have seen about blood platelets and the function of blood platelets. Also we have seen the steps for the coagulation of blood and the necessary components for the process of clotting of blood, or you can say coagulation of blood. We have also talked about blood groups, AB as a universal recipient and O as a universal donor. We have also seen about RH factor, that is coming from the rhesus monkey, and we have seen RH factor during pregnancy. But in this episode we are going to talk about the another circulatory system, part of a circulatory system, that is lymph. So let us move on to our topic, lymph. Lymph, the lymphatic system is the other transport system of the human body. It is complex network of lymphoid organs, lymph nodes, lymph ducts, lymph capillaries and lymph vessels that produce and transport lymph fluid from tissues to the circulatory system. The lymph is a circulatory fluid like blood. It runs in the lymph capillaries. It is colorless and contains most of the ingredients similar to blood. It does not contain RBC. Lymph mainly contains WBCs and plays an important role in fighting infections. It also contains most of the proteins present in the blood. Lymph finally joins into the blood capillaries. Lymph is collected from the tissue in most part of the body and returned to the blood via the lymphatic system. Lymph organ include the bone marrow, lymph nodes, spleen and thymus. Precursor cells in the bone marrow produces lymphocytes. B lymphocytes are also known as B cells, mature in bone marrow. T lymphocytes are also known as T cells, mature in thymus gland. Human lymph nodes are bean shaped. They may become enlarged due to a tumor or infections. WBCs are present in the lymph nodes and lymph nodes are filtered of lymph. So this is just a introductory type of note in the lymph, about lymph. And in the lymph, if you see, they are basically having, or you can say the lymph is a circulatory fluid having WBCs, but RBC is absent. So if RBC is absent, that means the color of the lymph is not red, it is yellowish off white in color. It consists of proteins. Whatever proteins you see in the blood, the same proteins are also been found in the lymph. Here the transportation of lymph is in the opposite direction to the blood. Blood flows with a rapid movement, but lymph is going slowly. It is collecting the things that are being given out by the blood throughout the capillaries, and it has been collecting the blood, collecting the materials which has been left out by the blood, and it collects and returns back to the circulatory system. So this is just an introductory part of lymph. Maybe very few questions are being asked related to this topic, lymph. Let us see the functions of lymph. So functions of lymph are an important topic from the examination point of view. Lymph carries digested and absorbed fat from the intestine through lacteals. It drains excess of fluid from extracellular fluid space back into the blood. Lymph supplies mature lymphocytes to blood so that it can fight against bacteria and microorganisms. Lymph acts to remove bacteria and other particles, and it also maintains fluid balance. So the volume of the blood is being maintained with the help of lymph as well. There is one more organ related to our circulatory system, that is spleen, because spleen we have studied that it acts as a graveyard for RBC. Spleen is also a lymphatic organ. It is reddish brown in color and it is found in the abdomen behind the stomach but above the left kidney. Functions: it produces lymphocytes, it releases and stores blood into the bloodstream during emergency, so it acts like a blood reservoir. So this is the important question: which part or which organ is also considered to be a blood reservoir? Spleen is the answer. Spleen is considered as the blood reservoir during the time of emergency. No doubt it is considered to be the graveyard of RBC, but it is also considered to be the blood reservoir. The spleen is considered as a blood reservoir. In fetus, it helps in the production of RBC. With the liver, it destroys worn out RBC. So this is all about spleen. Let us see the difference between blood and lymph. Blood is red in color, lymph is yellowish off white color. Blood flow starts from the heart. After flowing through the arteries, capillaries and veins, it returns back to the heart. Lymph starts from lymphatic or you can say tissue spaces, and after flowing through the lymph capillaries and lymphatic vessels enters the blood. So that means it is bringing all the substances that is been given out by the blood through the capillaries. It collects all these things and brings back to the blood, and it maintains the volume of the blood. It contains more proteins, calcium and phosphorus, while lymph contains less protein, calcium and phosphorus. It contains RBC with hemoglobin, so red in color. Here leukocytes are present, RBCs are absent, so of white color. Platelets are present in the blood. Here platelets are absent in the lymph. Here blood flows rapidly and lymph flows slowly, because it has to collect all the materials and substances and ions and other components that are being left out by the blood when it is flowing through the capillaries at a high speed, because capillaries is one cell thick, and there is a possibility that some substances are coming out of the channel. So lymph gathers all these things and bring back to the blood and maintains the blood volume. So this is the difference between blood and lymph. So here we are at the end part of the chapter. We are with the miscellaneous things, that the points that what we have missed out required to be studied here, to be known, because it is 1 mark questions. To avoid clotting of the blood stored in the blood bank, sodium oxalate or sodium citrate is added. So which chemical is used by the blood bank in order to keep the blood in a liquid form or to prevent clotting? Answer is sodium oxalate or sodium citrate. As the people get older, the elastic tissues and the muscle layer of the arteries are gradually replaced by the inelastic fibrous tissues. The artery walls become stiff and hard, and that condition is known as arteriosclerosis. Which condition is known as arteriosclerosis? Artery walls become stiff and hard. That condition becomes arteriosclerosis, and it reduces the flow of blood. Clotting within the intact blood vessels, that is, if the clotting takes place within the blood vessel, usually in the vein, then it is known as thrombosis. Heartbeat is the rhythmic contraction relaxation of the heart muscles, which is of about 70 to 72 beats per minute. Pulse, the rhythmic contraction of heart is felt in certain areas of the body like wrist in form of pulsation, and it is known as pulse. Blood pressure, it is a pressure against the wall of the blood vessels due to the pumping of blood from the heart, and it is measured by sphygmomanometer. This is also 1 mark question. Systolic pressure, it is a pressure of the blood when the heart contracts. Blood is pumped due to the systolic pressure. 120 mm of Hg is the normal systolic pressure. It is also considered to be the pressure created due to the pumping of ventricles, because ventricles used to pump the blood out of the heart. And which one? It is left ventricle. So systolic pressure is related to the left ventricle. Diastolic pressure, it is a pressure of the blood when the heart dilates, that means relax. As a result, blood is received by the various chambers of the heart. So this is a diastolic pressure, it is relaxation pressure. So what is the pressure for that one? It is 80 mm of Hg. So the normal blood pressure is between 120, that is lying 120 mm of Hg, that is the upper one, and the lower one is 80 mm of Hg. Antigen, glycoprotein found on the surface of RBC, also considered to be a foreign particles. Antibody, gamma globulin proteins in the blood plasma provoked due to the entry of antigens. For examination of blood smear, so if I want to see RBC, WBC and platelets under the microscope, I require to stain it. I require to stain the blood. So for that one, a particular type of stain is used, a specific type of stain is used, and that stain is known as Leishman stain. So this is all about the miscellaneous thing. And the last part that I have forgotten to put it in the functions of WBC is diapedesis and phagocytosis. So if you see the diagram here, the neutrophils are also known as polymorphs, because they keeps on changing their structure. So here A is a blood vessel containing plasma and the blood cell, and if you see carefully here, the number 1 is RBC, number 3 is platelets. Doesn't matter if you, because here what happens, platelets and RBC both are shown similarly. In board examination they will show that little bit of differences, so no doubt whether you mark here, you mark 1 or 3 as the platelets and RBC, doesn't matter. But the most important one is the WBC, because WBC you can see the both of WBC, both 1 and 3, that is RBC and platelets, are without nucleus, and WBC is with the nucleus. You can see the nucleus, multilobe nucleus is seen. So 2 is WBC. A is blood vessel. So this is the blood vessel. What is flowing inside? Blood is flowing, which consists of blood cells and plasma. And once the microorganisms are found, these are all the microorganisms. These microorganisms are checked out by the WBC. So WBC is squeezing out of capillaries. This process of squeezing out of WBC from the walls of capillaries is known as diapedesis. Once the diapedesis takes place, and once WBC is out of the capillaries, is try to engulf the microorganisms by the process known as phagocytosis. And phagocytosis is one of the process of endocytosis. Other process is pinocytosis. That is the liquid toxic substances. So liquid toxic substance is engulfed, then it is known as pinocytosis. Microorganisms are engulfed, then it is known as phagocytosis. So here WBC is trying to come out of the capillaries, squeezing out of the walls of capillaries, known as diapedesis. Once it comes out, it engulfs the microorganisms. This process of engulfing is known as phagocytosis, and you can see here microorganisms have become the part of WBC. So it is digesting it. Once it digested, it is thrown out, which is known as exocytosis. So exocytosis means what? Throwing out of dead microorganisms, or you can say dead substances or neutralized substances by WBC. So this is the thing that you require to know throughout the chapter, that is diabetes and phagocytosis. It is important from the examination point of view. If you have any doubts or any questions, please let me know in the comment box. Thanks very much guys, and thanks for your patience. This is the end of our chapter.